but his absence of policy expertise may not question as he win though be the largest strongman in the by the government. His two deputy corps are the leaders of the two greatest parties how founded of the unconvincing March 4 voting, and anything will get made out of their telso. One of them, the new Interior Design Secretary, pledged for the poll campaigning to oust part a millionth illicit migrant of Italy, and has share against migrant memes on public print. This is the lead of an against establishment side how has surged in the polls in latter year. Matteo Salvini, Vice Main Secretary, Interior Design Secretary Matteo Salvini, the 45-year-old distant right League side lead who pledged for the poll campaigning to oust part a millionth illicit migrant of Italy, becomes one of the nation's new vice main ministers as the new Interior Design Secretary. Several hours up his side announced it would be shaping a steering coalition. Salvini done precise his intentions to clip downward on migrating in a live video on Facebook emerging to show a man of African descent plucking a dove, in the speech, Go Household. Salvini has frequently utilized ardent rhetorical to increase his side's popular and shove a more than nationalist order of business. In August 2016, Italian news story agent ANSA informed him as inviting for ethnical purifying in Italy. For the poll campaigning, Salvini and the League withdrawn on the against immigrant mood in the nation and spurred a Trump card-esque motto of Italians at first. Luigi Di Maio, Vice Main Secretary, Labor and Production Secretary 5 celebrity lead Luigi Di Maio will as well be a Vice Main Secretary as Chief up the Ministry of Labor and Economical Growth. The 31-year-old is the son of a neo-fascist regional political figure of Avellino Close, Naples. He previous acted as the vice orator of the Italian Reduce building. His impressive policy domination comes in spite the reality he omitted out of college up full his law extent. Preliminary to incoming policy, he was a webmaster. Giovanni Tria, Economics Secretary 39-year-old economy prof Giovanni Tria was barely a domestic behalf in Italy before newly. But following the nation's CEO Sergio Mattarella vetoed the coalition's at first selection of Paolo Savona above Eurosceptic concerns, Tria will now move up to the platter. Not openly affiliate in any policy side, Tria had previous forced cautious in high to the inbound Conti by the government's schedule for a versatile main revenue. But he emerging to endorse of the coalition's plain tax proposals. More than exciting is the purpose of the plain taxation, that coincides in the purpose of reduction the tax load as a state for a politics of increase. Tria wrote up his behalf was put striker for the economics part. More than anxious is the reality how he's not at all precise which would be the line of the coalition by the government how he's shaping on industry politics issues, he added. Paolo Savona, Europe's Sphere Secretary 81-year-old political economist Paolo Savona was the behalf initially tilted for economical ministry but Mattarella locked the applicant since the assignment would include worried investors taking into account his stance versus the Europe. Instead of, Savona will get on Brussels as Italy's new Europe Sphere Secretary, that could be partly uncomfortable following he bashed Germany's economical politics in his largest latter volume published in May. Germany hasn't modified its sight of its part in Europe following the end of fascism, though if it has neglected the concept of formidable it militarily, he wrote. In the volume, he as well wrote of the requirement to get ready the Italian by the government for a Schedule B that could see the nation keep the bloc. This authorities include the responsibility to get ready and conduct out two various plans, one required for left in the EU and in the Euro, and else to keep if the accords don't changing and the adverse affects growth. Lorenzo Fontana, Household and Invalidity Secretary Alfonso Bonafede, Judiciary Secretary Alfonso Bonafede conducted on the part of Judiciary Secretary. A Sicilian-born attorney, he lives in Florence, wherever he met and collaborated in Conti. Sergio Costa, Environmental Secretary. The new Secretary for the Environmental has been mentioned as 59-year-old Sergio Costa.